and welcome back to the Faces of UCM, the best place to get to know all of UCM's most interesting people. I'm your host, Wyatt Craven. Our guest today is Scott Hofsommer, who is an expert in the field of sports broadcasting. Hello, Scott, and thank you for joining us today.
Those are some kind words, Wyatt. I'm happy to be here.
So, Scott, can you tell us how many classes that you teach on campus that involve some form of live broadcasting?
So I teach one class primarily in sports broadcasting. It's intro in the fall, and then it is advanced in the spring. And that can involve anywhere from 15 to 20 students, depending upon how many actually sign up and stay in the class, because it is a big time commitment. But that is a class primarily focused on that.
Okay. Now, our department was just awarded a grant. Can you tell us how we came to get that grant and maybe what equipment we got with it?
Okay, so this class actually started back in spring of 2012, and we got our first set of TriCaster units, which are basically the heart and soul of every live stream we do. Without it, you can't run a broadcast. And ever since then, we've been using these at every single home sporting event, and also outside of sports, we use it for commencement and state of the university, things like that, any visiting writer series events. And over time, the equipment just got more worn and worn down, and so things started failing on us. We started noticing this over kind of the past 2 semesters where things started going downhill with our equipment. Things are getting broken. We can't really replace them. The TriCaster's slowing down, crashing sometimes. So we knew we had to get an upgrade. Something had to change. So with the help of our chief engineer, Darren Plummer, he put forth a proposal, a couple different options, kind of a cheaper option to band-aid the issue we were having, and then a bigger one, a lot bigger of a proposal to basically revamp the program entirely and get us to a level where we could potentially be the best in this region. Provost and the president saw fit to give us the bigger option and take us to the next level, and obviously we see a lot of benefits from that.
Okay, all right. So how many people does it take to make a UCM broadcast possible?
So now that we have the new trailer, it can be anywhere from 10 to 15 people we would need for a full broadcast. Before, we would, max maybe only need 10 people on a broadcast. So now we've added new positions. We've added an audio person that works in the audio bay in the back of the trailer. We've added someone who specifically shades and controls the iris on every one of the cameras. We've added a robotic camera operator who controls up to 4 different robotic cameras in the trailer. Graphics has been improved. We now have a 3-play, so we have every replay angle. So we've added new things, which means we need more people. So it can be anywhere up to 15 people max.
Okay. Now, I've been in this new trailer compared to the old trailer. How has it affected the students' work ethic? Like, has it made it a better work environment for them?
I'd like to say that their work ethic has definitely gone downhill. Just kidding. No, I would say what they're losing right now is their cable wrapping skills, because now we've gotten away from the old cables and XLRs and things like that. And now everything is run through one cable, just really long fiber cables, and they're on reels. So now when we break down, they're having to just roll things up instead of actually having to wrap cables like they used to, which is a really good skill to have. But obviously they are super amped up about the new equipment. They put in really good effort every single event. I really haven't had to get on to people about not being there 100% mentally. I mean, they've all put forth a good effort. So.
Okay. So what kind of feedback have you received from students or even people that have viewed the broadcast?
Okay, I'll start with people who viewed it first. We've gotten feedback on Twitter through the MIAA network from the actual commissioner and deputy commissioner of the conference who watch our broadcast, and they rave about it. They understand that what they're seeing now is definitely one of the best in the conference, if not the best in the conference. Obviously, I can't compare it to other schools outside of our conference because I just haven't watched any of their broadcasts. But obviously, I'm biased, and I believe that ours is the best. I mean, with this new equipment and what was put into it, we're now that upper tier. And I think the students realize that, faculty realizes it, and other people watching it realize it.
Okay. Well, I think that's about all the time we have for today. Scott, thank you for joining us. If you'd like to learn anything else about what you've seen here today, you can visit our website at www.ucmo.edu. Thank you for joining us today on this edition of Faces of UCM.